it goes through the Y. And my job, everything else is a piece of equipment. My job is to make sure I place this thread so I don't make a crooked edge here. And that's all I got. All I got there. That's not it. See, so then I just finished taking 0 up and 1 down and making an X. And then I come over here and move this through the Y. If I can. Do I have it? I don't have it hooked anymore, do I? I gotta find that. I'm right to the tail end. And do you see that stick over there with thread on it? If you would hand that to me, I would appreciate it. There we go. I'm going to take this through here. Let me get this thing here up. Take this thing. This is called Dexterity 101, which I don't have a lot of. I'm trying to get that thread all the way through without being tangled up. I'll make a mistake the first time. Dang it. See, you got to pay attention to what you're doing all the time. This is why you don't do this. Okay, right here. So now you got that. You're running this. You're putting this here. Putting this here. And putting this next one through here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is take this thread.
Every time you pull it, it like sews it to the other side.
Yeah, I go to the other side. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change colors. So I'm taking this thread here and laying it right next to the other one. So it's just right about there, and I want to place it real carefully. So change colors. That's all. So now I'm going into gray. So what I have had to do is I take a rack like that over there and I separate them into a little X so that there's 240 threads total, 120 zeros, 120 ones. I connect it up to that material back here, thread it through there, bring it through here and tie it down here so that I always maintain 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And if I don't do that, then I have 2, 0, 2, and it gets a mess. So I have to be careful on how I program. That's why I call it your first computer. You're programming this thing, and you're working off of a binary code, which is an essential code of a computer. And if you have 2 more of these, then I have 23 different patterns I can work with. Right now, you're looking at the simplest pattern that one can do, and that is a plain weave, which is. So I could do multiple patterns if I had more of these in different stepping patterns. Now, that is the way you do that. What you have to do though is you have to make threads. So what they used here was come over here and watch this because this is cute. So you have a tool here that is called a drop spindle, and this is what would have been used here. So see, I hook it down there and then I hook it over here. And now I connect my top. So this is all connected together, and I'm using the weight of this. Long before Newton understood the law of gravity, and I am dropping it down like that, and using the weight and centrifugal force to spin thread. Simple. And my job, again, this is a tool, my technique is to separate those 2 threads to the right amount and let it spin. Separate, spin, let it separate, spin. And then I have to go back and turn it again. Now, as you saw, this is a pain in the neck because then I have to disassemble this thing, come back over here, wind it up. And so in the middle of the night, one night, 200 years ago, I woke up and I said, there's got to be a better way. So I come over here and I invent the spinning wheel. So now you have a spinning wheel that spins the wool, just like, it creates a spinning action. So you have this spinning action going like that, see? It spins like that, so. And I set it up so I don't have to spin it by my hand. I can spin it with my foot by applying a little L-shaped joint there, so if I get the center of gravity on this side of it, then it'll go in the right direction. So Somebody did a lot of thinking on physics here. So now then, I can just spin like this. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm applying pressure to this spindle here, and if I don't have that pressure on it, it just spins. But if I apply pressure, then I have a clutch like a car or a transmission, and now I'm driving it forward and spinning and spooling at the same time I'm spinning. So I've increased my production multiple times just by thinking about it.
We had an old book that was like old language, and it was talking about.
Nice, fluffy. Here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to look at me with that little thing, and you're going to spin. So you're going to use this as your bearing, and you're going to use this as your motor. Okay? So now you're going to start spinning. Okay, now stop just a second. Let me hook on. Now start spinning. Just as fast as you can. Same direction. Okay. And now you're going to have to back up a little bit, but don't pull it out of my hands. So let's get this. Keep on going. Spin, 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 spin. Okay, spin, 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 spin. Okay, now keep on spinning. Keep on spinning. Keep on spinning. So you're just as good as a spinning wheel. It's a lot slower. But it's the same principle. So the craftsmanship is only between these two fingers. The technique is these two fingers. So that's what the human being had to learn out, and then he had to figure out how to make it efficiently spin it. And there's multiple ways of spinning material. You know, I mean, I was in Central America, and somebody had a post and buried in the ground with an axle on it, and a guy attached to the thing spinning the wheel, and he was walking across the plaza making roads. So you know, he was working just as effectively as. So you keep on going. You're doing good. Suck in that breath. Oh, hard. Okay, now we're doing good. So now you're getting this thing made. See? Now keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Pull it just a little bit more. Okay. And see, the more you spin, see how much. Whoa, keep it tight. Keep on spinning. The stronger that thread gets. It's like a guitar string now. Now, take this, unhook it. Put that hook right in the middle and drop it. Just drop it like that. You put a lot of energy into making that string, didn't you? Okay? So now what's going to happen when you release that energy?
Untangle.
It's going to twist back on itself. So that makes it even stronger. So what was just one little thread is now a two-ply thread. Okay? And you are now, and that's why you had to keep the tension on it all the time. Because otherwise it'd do that immediately. So there you go. That's yours.